Good morning, everyone. I just woke up, changed the baby, and he's having some breakfast with his mom now, so I figured what better time for the debut of a brand new series where I gotta start working here in a couple hours. I got a little bit of time, I got a drink here, and it's the debut of a new series. We're calling this series Hail, um, Hill Railroads. The game is Railway Empire 2. Now, this is a game that is a few years old. I've played it a few times, but not a whole lot. I played the original one a lot more uh, in the years when it came out. So I played this one a little bit, but not a whole lot, so I'm still kind of new to the game. Um, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can do custom games, which are fun, where you can start in any city you like. But I think for the debut of our new series, I'm going to try to beat the campaign. So as you'll see here, the campaign consists of 5 chapters. And I'm going to start with chapter 1, even though I already completed chapter 1 like 3 years ago when the game first came out. So I don't remember it at all. And probably won't finish it here this morning before I got to go to work. But we'll get it started. And then I never did chapters 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chapter 2 is unlocked already because I did beat chapter 1, but as I said, that was like a few years ago, and I don't remember it, and since we're starting the series out, I'm going to start with chapter 1 here tonight. But as you can see, you can also do custom games, which is what we'll do if we beat the campaign. I'll do this game here, this game mode, and start in our hometown of Pittsburgh and try to conquer the entire United States. So if anyone wants to see that, I can also do that. And these will be up on YouTube. I figured out how to make playlists on YouTube so I can separate them from my college football games. And if anyone wants to see that, we can certainly start that at any time on United States domination from Pittsburgh. But for tonight, or I should say this morning, we're going to start out with a new campaign. We're going to start with chapter 1 here on Hill Railroads. So let's get into it. It's chapter 1, the beginning of our railroad tycoon empire. I'm going to change this stuff. Oh, I can't change these things. Okay. So this one, on the other ones, when you can name your railroad like after yourself. So on the campaign, they tell you what you are. So we're taking over the B&A Railroad here to begin this challenge. You're a professor. You see there's like 4 or 5 different characters you can pick from, but I guess for the campaign they tell you which character you're going to be. I'm this professor. I got my pipe there and my cane. And they all have different attributes. This professor fellow, his attributes are he's good at auctions. Locomotives are 60% off. But his unpopular opinion is that he gets 15% less money for shipping mail and passengers. His name is Walter. We're not going to read that whole thing, but he's from Germany. So he's a German over here in Boston. And as you'll see, I think this one probably starts in like 1830 or something. So you start out, well, we'll get into it. No spoilers, no spoilers. And you can't, these are all settings that you can't change too much when you're in the campaign. But in our other thing, we can tailor these settings to our liking. Same with this stuff here. And whatnot. That's all going to be locked for us. And that's where we'll begin with the settings. Are all locked. These are all things we can change when we do our Pittsburgh takeover in the future. But for now, it's all locked. So let's see how this goes. There's a lot you can pick from. See, we have 1 competitor on this map. Regular AI. Inflation is off. And yeah, and they give you a score based on how long it takes you to beat it and stuff, which I don't remember how long it takes to beat, but it's pretty involved. So let's get into it here. Hill Railroads. Actually, this one is actually B&A Railroads. But I'm just gonna have a running tally of all my things.
The 19th century was a golden age of technology, especially for those of us whose hearts beat with the steady pace of the locomotive. My name is Nagelmakers. I assume you have already heard of me. When I was young, I had a dream, a cross-border luxury train from Paris to St. Petersburg. To make my dream come true, I invited guests. In another time, entrepreneurs like them were the driving force behind progress, but now they were standing in my way. Take this gentleman, for example. I was planning to revolutionize the industry, just as pioneers like him had done in the early days of the railroad. The late 1820s marked the beginning of a revolution in transportation, both in the Old and the New World. Fueled by steady growth, the industrial centers on the East Coast demanded more and more resources in less and less time. Roads and even the newly built waterways could hardly meet the increasing demand. However, inspired minds had combined the idea of tracks and the new invention of the steam engine into a powder keg that was to shake society to its foundations.
We're watching the prologue here, learning about my railroad industry I'm about to create. We're going to try to beat the story mode first. It's 5 chapters.
Glad you're here.
What better place to
the name
begin
is
our journey?
Erastus Corning. You must be the young railroad expert that was recommended to me. Other people don't think much of this newfangled nonsense, but I think investment into this railroad thing and your company is money well spent. I'm the proud owner of a hardware company, and the more railway lines you construct using my steel, the richer I'll get. So don't go bankrupt. But why don't you just get started using the to-do list I created? My company is situated in Albany, so you should connect this city as soon as possible.
Give us some missions
Don't
to
worry
accomplish.
about the difficult terrain. Clever planning is
And if
everything.
I remember correctly, they'll give us like 4 or 5 missions, but it doesn't end like when you beat those missions. You have to. They'll give you more. So let's see what our. No better place to start than to look at our original missions here, which are to start. You guys deliver some wood to Boston for Mr. Corning. Mr. Corning has already built the first station at the lumber yard nearby. That's nice of him. Livestock is also offered there. If necessary, you can prioritize wood by selecting the station. Okay. So some pretty easy goals to start out here. We have... Oh, I better stop the timer. I've already lost a week. It's already January 8th. Which actually, I'm going to restart this because I'll skip the intro. Sorry about that. The clock was ticking on me already. I lost a whole week of time. I only have a year to do these challenges. And I don't remember how long it takes, so just give me 1 second. Sorry, this is a new series. It's a work in progress. We won't watch the intro again, of course. But I don't want to lose a whole week of time.
The 19th century was a golden age of technology, especially for those of us who...
Okay. Sorry about that.
The late 18th...
Yes.
Glad other people. I'm the but why don't you...
So, back at it. goals from the beginning here, as we're saying here. Some wood and some sugar to Boston. Transport 320 passengers from Boston to Portland, Maine. And grow the city of Boston by 5,000 people. As you can see, I'll show you some of the stuff here. It's only 1830. So the only trains we have are this one and this one. This one is pretty junky, so we're not even going to bother using that one. We'll use this one for all of our original lines. The John Bull. Very nice little train. There's B&A railroads on the side there. So that's our original train here. The game goes up to like 1940, so eventually you'll get some really nice trains like big steam engines and stuff. As you can see, our research here. We can research some stuff. I'm not going to waste any of our research points just yet. So we only have 200, and I'll save them for a little bit. Fill them up. Look at our goals again. Okay, so where is the lumber mill here? Here's the sugar they want us to build, and you get these nice connection bonuses when you connect these things. So like we have some time to connect this. $250,000 if we connect the sugar farm. Here's a nice 1830 sugar farm in Massachusetts. Where we're at. And here's some, what's out here? Some apples. I need those eventually. Money. And as I said, here's our original goal. The lumber factory. He already has a train station there, and it's kind of crooked. Should be. I wish it was going the other way. But that's okay. As we're gonna build some train stations and get this thing underway here. So we're going to want to connect Boston to the lumber mill, and we're going to want to connect Boston to Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine. Yeah. Portland, Maine is pretty far south. I was thinking this is all Maine up here. I did not realize Portland, Maine was that far south in Maine. As you see Bangor up there. And a famous quote, I don't know if anyone's ever seen Trailer Park Boys, but in one episode, Sebastian Bach goes to a train convention in Bangor, Maine. He says, I just know they have some nice trains in Bangor. So we'll get up that way eventually. What else do we got down here? Here you can see our competition. He's already hard at work in Philadelphia, New York City. He hasn't got to Pittsburgh yet, but he's down here in Pennsylvania. Competitor, and he's already tapped into New York City, so we better get moving up here in the Northeast and build some train stations. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to build 2 train stations between Portland and Maine. Portland and Boston, excuse me. And we're going to hook it up to this lumber mill here. So let's do that first. First thing we're going to do, build our main train station here in Boston. And I guess we'll put it like this. And I usually like to set them like on the outskirts of town, kinda. So we'll build it like that. We'll build a train station up here. In Portland. He was nice enough to already build up a train station at the lumber yard. So, we gotta build some tracks. See if I can remember how to do this. It might take me a little bit to get back into the swing of things here on Railroad Tycoon, how to build these trains and stuff. But I think I remember how to do it for the most part. So I like to start on the outside of these things. That way you have space to expand. So we're going to need a passenger line. There's only one other city up here, Bangor. We'll tap into that eventually. So let's see. First we're going to build a track from Boston. Make sure it can have max speed. All the way up here. It has a number on there, that means it's not at max speed, probably because it's like uphill or something. Speed. Okay, it's all at max speed. So we connect that there, build it, and you've got to build another one for the trains to come back, I think. That's how I used to do it. So you got to parallel track this. It's at max speed. Build that. And we need train track here from. We need some train tracks from these things. Okay, we want to do it like this. And the second one over, watch this. We want to build a train track here. Actually, I don't want to do it like that. Hold on. I don't want to have to do things at my junction box. So hold on, I gotta move that over one line. It's coming back to me. Because I don't like to have. It's just a thing I don't like to do. I don't like to have too many lines on one thing. So we'll build this one like this. And I'll leave like one open like that so I don't get confused. It's also got to be from the second one, sorry. So we can get as you hear the cows mooing, and we're out there at the farm. So it's going to be like this, because I don't want to have two trains at the junction box when I have to build the junction box. So I build it like that. And like that. Okay. And now we have goods can get from there to there. And I'll do that next. Let me finish this first. As again, we want to do like this. And the goods to come back here to Boston. start here at Boston. Just kind of like a hill here. It's not really that nice of terrain. Best looking track, but we're still just remembering how to play the game, so it's alright. Right now we're trying to build our first track. We're trying to build this track to connect the farm to Boston. It's kind of a messed up track, as you see here. Kind of messed this track up a little bit. Gotta start this one over. We connected Boston to Portland. Now we gotta connect this Boston to the farm. But the track's not working out because for some reason this is like a tough terrain here. Gotta take it out here. These trains don't run too fast anyway, so they're gonna not be moving too quickly, but that'll be alright. Try that. Okay, so now all of our stuff is hooked up. For our first connection here, we got cows, wood, going to Portland and Boston. So the next thing you got to do before you can start sending some trains on these things, you got to do like this. And if I remember, I used to like to do it like it's a road. So right side goes that way, correct? And left side goes this way, in and out. Traveling on the right side. Right side goes that way. And no, right. Correct. Okay. And these tracks. Right side goes that way. Left side goes that way. Okay, so now all of our tracks are connected. Everything's running the way it should be. And now you gotta add these like it's a gridiron, they call it. You gotta have one at each place so that the trains can get switched around, like they can turn around. So you gotta have one here, like this. Here, this. One. And this is why I like to separate the tracks, because you could have a gridiron for all four tracks, but I don't want to have four gridirons. So you put one here like this, something like this. As you can see, this has cost us almost $1 million already just to build all this, so we better be making some money with our shipments here. Put one like this, and one like this. And now it's all set up. The last thing you have to do is add the supply towers. So we'll add a supply tower here, like halfway for this one. Not that far away. I think one supply tower should do us. Maybe we'll put two just to be safe. We'll put one down here outside of Boston. And we'll put one down here outside of Portland. And then we'll put one about halfway from each of our freight lines. And now it's all set up. They have supplies. They're all going the correct direction. And they're ready for some trains. And I like to build the stuff when the clock's not running, but sometimes that comes back to bite me as I don't have any money then. So before I start building out to this sugar factory, because we have to bring sugar into Boston too. Before we start doing that, I'll get these trains running so we can make some money. So, first train we need, we're going to have a train going from Boston to Portland. And I'll probably send two. I'll probably send one each way. So, send one like this, train from Boston to Portland, to John Bull. Okay. Send it. And then we'll have a train that runs from Portland to Boston. And really the only train we have to pick from right now is this John Bull train. So we'll send the John Bull train that way as well. Alright. And then we need a train that runs from the farm, Mason Station, to Boston. And how do I prioritize what it takes? Somehow you can prioritize what it takes. First, we wanted to prioritize wood. So that we want to have wood down in Boston. Okay. It prioritizes the wood because that was one of our goals, to get wood down to Boston. And we need one more train that goes from Mason Station to Portland, and that doesn't matter. I'd probably think it'd be better for our money if it sends the cows up there, because as you see in Portland, they need cows because they produce steak in Portland. That's their industry. So we got the John Bull there. Turn. And we should get these bonuses once the trains make their destination. So with that, let's start out and see how our original line works here. Let me save this. We'll just call this save Chapter 1, because we're on Chapter 1 here with our new series. And we have 4 trains, perfect. And let's get these trains running and see how they look. So let's see here. Do we have a train leaving here? Try to get things moving. Unpause it here. And here's our first train that we made. It's going from Boston. Good for. There it is, the train. Small little train. Because it's only 1830. And you see it's got passengers on it, I believe. It should have, it's got passengers in it. People. And it's also got some mail car. And that's a passenger train on its journey. We get a thing here that says we broke a Flamingo Railroad. That's our competition, not us. And let's see what our other trains are doing. We should have a train up here. Yep, we have a train here. It's taken, yeah, perfect. This train is taking the wood to Boston like we wanted it to do. We're losing money, but that should change once these trains start getting places. And this train's taking its cows to Portland, Maine. Or Portland, yeah, Maine. Cows in there. Cows are in there? Yep. They're going to the butcher shop in Maine. These guys are driving the train. And we're underway, so that cost us over $1 million just to set this up. So let's see what happens when some of these trains get places. We should get bonuses though. When these trains get where they're going. Hello. As our trains are coming into town here. That train got us $5,000. And we're making some of our money back. We got the connection bonus there. We started with $2.5 million. We're still down $900,000, but we got our railroad network underway. And our trains are on
what
the
we're
move.
doing here
As you see
really
here,
has the potential
Cornelius
to
is happy with us.
the way
We
have been
accomplished the goal, I
transporting
think.
goods
Let's
up
see.
till now.
Yep, we delivered those loads of lumber to Boston. So now I can, Boston and Albany Railroad, that's us. Now, real quick, I want to change that train. How do I look at it? So, we got some trains running. And we're making some money here. So what are our next goals? Build Boston up, transport some passengers, we're doing that. And the next thing we want to do is make some money out here, get some sugar coming to Boston. So we got to reach this sugar farm out here. And we're going to let the time run as we're building this one, because we need the money from our other deliveries. So let's work on our next train station out here, the sugar factory. The sugar factory is going to go to Boston. And then the next thing we're going to want to do is maybe get hooked up to another city, maybe Albany or Actually, probably Bangor. Probably Bangor, because it's already kind of in our network here. So, let's see. I want this sugar farm up in Boston, but you got to think about how you lay this out. We want these two to be our we want these to bring some sugar into Boston. Here. If I bring this into the left-hand side, I don't know if it'll mess with our... Should be okay. I'll have to do like I was saying I don't want to do with a four square junction box. Actually, that's alright for now, because we said we're gonna hook up Bangor next, so let's just do this like this. Hook that up. Build that. Build the parallel track. Pick our directions like we said. And now build our gridiron thing. And build our gridiron down here. Build a supply tower here. Just one should be enough out in the middle here somewhere for that. Middle. Okay. And now we're going to do, let's see, train. We need a train for that route. That's going to take sugar from Leeds terminal to Boston. With this. Locomotive. That one's running now. Now we have sugar coming to town to beat our next goal. And our railway network is coming along nicely. Let's save this real quick, chapter 1. And see if we start making some money off these trains. We're losing money in this railway industry right now. Hopefully we don't have to take any loans out or anything. We might have to take a loan at some point if we keep going in this direction. But I'm thinking since this guy's already down here in New York City, maybe we go up here toward Canada. I'll have to purchase a permit to build in Canada, but maybe we could go up from Bangor and then hit Quebec and loop back around through Canada and come down through Syracuse, make like a loop. See how that gets us, hit Albany at the end. But I think for now we want to get these people in Bangor hooked up. What do they make up in Bangor? Clothes. So that's what we'll do next. We'll hook up Bangor and we'll get them some thread so they can make their clothes. do that while our trains are running. See our money's ticking back up. We'll build another train station. And let's see here real quick while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. You can do stuff with these train stations like add stuff to maintenance depot, dispatch hall, restaurant. All this stuff's pretty expensive. We'll come back to that. We're not going to do it right now. But you can make those train stations nicer in the future. But for now, we're going to try to get Portland hooked up to Bangor and also get some bread to Bangor so that they can make their clothes. So let's see. This train station up here because we're heading up to Quebec next, so maybe we want it to be like this kind of. Also, a way to see like what they need in the city. They do need sugar. Right. So maybe if we need some extra money, we can give them some sugar as well. But first, let's just get some people paid. Then we go off our track of people from Boston. Pretty nice. Got Bangor all the way to Boston. Build the parallel track. Set the directions. The gridirons. Plans for this one. For the supply tower, how far away are we at? That's a pretty decent hike, so maybe we'll build 2 supply towers, one at each city. Spending a lot of money, but we're also building this up pretty nicely here. So we built the second supply tower there. I'll get a train running. I think we're just gonna just buy one for now. This one's gonna go from Boston, go to a pit stop at Portland, and go up to Maine. As it tells us there, we expanded to 800 miles of railroad network already here. And we're rolling. We're cooking with steam, you could say. So that's all set up nicely. Now we can do this to make some more money. We can build a train station here, get some thread into Bangor so they can make their clothes. It's all max speed. Kill that. Oh, it's too steep there. Actually, that doesn't look good. Do this one by hand. Go. With our track direction. In and out. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game, as you can see. Having a good time building this train network. I do like trains. Who doesn't? Got our Johnson box there. Supply tower. I'm gonna have to build some maintenance sheds eventually too, but I don't have enough money even for a supply tower. We are broke. Spent $2.5 million already. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to take out a loan. Let's see, where's the loans at? Transport passengers. Inhabitants of Boston need beer. Look around for the best place to start a fire. I mean, who has beer? Oh, Albany has beer. We should have went to Albany. I wasn't thinking about Albany having the beers. So let's see if we can take a loan out, hook up Albany, but we gotta remember we gotta hook up our thread factory out here as well. Because we're in the negative now. We'll just take this big ass loan with a 6% interest rate. Actually, somehow we just made some more money. Oh, because we made that connection bonus.
My company owes you.
Okay, good. We don't have to take the loan again. That's good. Let's go back to what we're doing here. For this route. Get a train running out here, so that's when it starts making money. Yeah, we should get another connection bonus there when we connect that city. keep the money flowing here on our railroad network. We got some trains going, though. Look at this train. This train's taking the threads to Bangor, Maine. See? That way they can make the clothes there. If they make the clothes there, then we can ship the clothes to Boston. I like this train. Where's the train taking the cows to the slaughter? Look at this train, though. This train's taking cows in. No, it's taking wood now. They must have enough cows here at the slaughterhouse. No, you don't have to drive the trains, no. You can just watch them go. They go by themselves. We're just the railroad tycoon. We're not the train driver. We're just building the train lines. But we gotta find a way to get these people in Boston some beer from Albany. So let's try to hook Albany up. I don't even know if I have enough money right now to hook Albany up. Albany's way out here. It's pretty far away from Boston. But we'll try. Let's see. We'll build a train station out here in New York. Our first train station in New York. Got a big mountain in our way. That's nice. Yeah, but it'll save us some money to go. Probably would save us some money to go through here and run it parallel to our other lines. So let's try to do that. As you can see, this is going to be a very expensive train track here. Already $50,000 just to build that. It's bridge is going to be pretty expensive. I have to try to build a bridge across here. That's a mountain spot there. Jeez Louise. That's $400,000 right there just to build that. We can't even afford to build this yet. So how long do we have to connect this in? Still have 234 days to hook that one. How long do we have to get the beer to Boston? June of next year with the boat Boston up, so we'll have to maybe wait on that for a little bit unless we want to take a loan. Should we take a loan? This game's pretty tricky, and I'm not very good at it, but I'll get better. So somehow we got to get Albany hooked up to Boston. Take a loan? 6% interest rate on the loans. You know about taking big loans. Let's take one. $500,000 loan with 6% interest rate. Do that. Alright, we'll take one. We'll take the one out. That's how we do it. Alright, we got $1 million again. We're going to spend it all right now. I don't even know if $1 million is enough to build this monstrosity we got to build across this river. Let's see. See if $1 million is even enough to get it across there. $500,000 to build that. And see how much cheaper it is for this one. Okay, so we got that built. Now, I wonder if it'll... I'll have to rebuild that junction box. Okay. Yeah. Gotta get rid of this thing here. Or can I just build another one? Let me see. Second one, I guess. There's one there. Going in the right direction. Here. That there. Okay, and now we can send a train. Hopefully, Albany. The boss. So that was an expensive venture there. But we have a train going now. Hopefully it ships some beer out there. Let's see what it does here. Got some people. Hopefully it sends some beer too. That's what the people need. Yeah, it's sending some beer that way. You can make it send just beer, but I wanted to send some people too, so we get all the money possible. Nice, it's filling it up with 5 carts of beer though, and just 2 people. So that's good. That's what they said to do. Get beer out there to Boston. So let's save that now that we did that successfully. Beer is going to Boston. What other goals do we have now? Transport 320 passengers without changing trains from Boston to Portland. Does that number change at all recently? 135. We'll check it. Gotta get that number up. It's going up. Hopefully it gets up there by the end of the year. Hopefully we get to 320 by the end of the year. So those are our 2 goals right now. By the end of this year, we want to be up to 320 passengers going to Portland. Almost halfway there. It's only March. And we need to get Boston up to 25,000 citizens. Is there anything else we can do? What happened here? Oh, my train broke down. Alrighty, what's up with that? What's wrong with this train here? Not great. Don't need any more sugar, apparently. Yes, can we edit that line and make it go to Portland as well? Let's rid of that train because it wasn't doing anything. I'm gonna make this train now go from the terminal here. It'll service all of these, I guess, with some sugar. They all need sugar. It's doing something, and that reminds me, I forgot to build service stations. Out here at Albany. Supply stations for the train. So we'll build one out here at Albany. One here at the terminal. Back in business there. We got our supply stations. Everything is running smoothly, as you see. And we gotta think, what do we want to build next? We could go to Syracuse. Well, I don't know what we'll build next. We'll make sure Albany has enough. Great. For their beers. What do they make in Syracuse? They also make beer. So we'll build a thing here for to send some grain to Syracuse. eventually, but first we'll send it to Albany. Get some grain going to Albany. Some Howard stop. Here. For that. Now Albany has grain, so they can make beer. I still have some money here. Not sure where to go next now. How's our goals looking? I think we're going to be okay on these goals here, but Boston's not getting bigger fast enough. Get everything all right now, though. It's coming together nicely. This is our competition down here, look. This is the other guy competition. This is ours here. Yeah, just the computer. I'm just playing the computer right now. I'm doing the career mode campaign. I beat this challenge when I first got the game, but I figured I'd start on chapter 1. See, here's our goals we're trying to get done right now. We have 2 more goals to beat. But that's not the end of chapter 1. Don't worry, there's more goals to come. Don't worry about that. As Boston is growing, what do they need in Boston? Something. They need something. The demand for imported lumber has been reduced because it's setting up so much stuff. Okay? Whatever. They need beer. It's good that they're growing because that was our goal, to get Boston to grow to 25,000 people. Yeah. So what else do we need to do? What should we do next? Should we try to tap into Canada? I have to buy a permit to go to Canada, though. It's pretty expensive. I need to do something. You can't just stay stagnant in the railroad business. You always have to be building something. You got to spend money to make money. So our next goal, I'd say, would be to get some. Well, what's this? Open our quarterly report here. Let's take a look at how we're doing here. Looks like we lost about $4 million. Solid. But we're just getting underway. You gotta have this stuff set up to make money. So I think our next mission here would be to get Syracuse tapped into this, because they're already in New York City. I don't know if we want to build a train station to New York City or not. Let's go to Syracuse. We don't have to buy a permit to go to Syracuse. It's the only other city we don't need a permit for. In New York. We don't need one for New York City either, so maybe we could tap into New York City as well. Should we just go to New York City from Boston? what happened down here. Something with one of our trains. Maintenance needed. I get it, maintenance. Just gonna delete it. Build a maintenance shed here. This train station will build a maintenance shed. One here too. All of our trains are starting to break down. I built a maintenance shed here too. I guess we'll build a maintenance shed here as well, since all our other train stations have it, and our trains are all breaking down, so I've got some maintenance sheds available here for our trains to get fixed up. Boston is growing, that's good. And we're well on track to meet our goal for our passengers. Might even meet those two goals, maybe even before I have to start to go to work here. Be a good place to stop. I don't know if we can meet those two goals in that quick of a time or not. So let's see. Next thing, we want to hook up maybe we want to hook up something else to Boston, New York City. Build another train station in Boston, because I don't even think I can get to New York City with my lines. I don't really know how to do that, to be honest. It's kind of tricky with our lines all crossing and crisscrossing and stuff. How much is the train station? 50,000? We go to thing here. We have 2 tracks here. We do have 2 tracks here. So we should be able to do that. Hopefully, let's try this and see if it works. Go to train station in New York City with our rival. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but we'll find out here in a second. Let's go from New York City to Boston. It will. Nice. help Boston grow. Set the directions. See if that helps us get rid of that area. Inner city. There we go. I forgot to set the directions. $5 here. Go to maintenance shed here. I mean, we're really spending the money, but we have our stuff all breaking down, and we're back down to $50,000. And we still are running on that loan as well. So we're hooked up to New York City now with our competition. You must have a concession before you can do anything in Pennsylvania. We can't purchase it at this time. We can purchase the one in Canada. We don't have enough money right now. But we've almost met these goals here, though. We're going to meet these goals before I have to go to work. So let's see what's going on here with our trains. Got a train from New York City to Boston. Where is it? There it is. Let's check it out. It's mostly passengers. It's all passengers. This is mail. That's a nice one. That was a good move to hook up New York City to Boston for that train. It's all people and passengers with big bucks there. And that's going to help Boston grow for sure. Because look, it's got the green arrow where they're saying something here about Boston.
I just received a grateful letter from the mayor of Boston regarding our new passenger line. That's really good press, especially now that we are delivering goods faster than they are consumed. Passengers can be a more reliable source of income.
Well, we met our goal there, transporting the passengers. Let's see here, we have some upgrades. What's this one do? Increases the maximum speed. So we've got some upgrades to make our things go faster. And see, as time goes on, we can eventually get new trains. I don't know if we'll go far enough in this chapter to get any of these trains, but look how far it goes. All the way out to really fast trains. And eventually, I mean, in time, all the way out to I think there's even some electric trains at the end, like this train here. 70 miles an hour that train goes. This big train, big freight train. Huge train. All the way out to, there are a few electric trains at the end. And an electric train. 98 miles an hour this last train goes. But I don't know if we'll get to that in this challenge or not. As we're still back in, it's still only 1830, we're still just in the first year. But it's almost time for me to get ready for work. But let's see. Hopefully, can we get Boston to its goal beforehand? It's growing. 23-5. I've got like 15 or 20 minutes here before I gotta go to work. I'd like to see Boston reach its goal. That'd be a good place to stop our first video. Complete all 4 of our initial goals. Basically, the only city we can afford to even hook up right now is Syracuse. I don't even know if we have enough money to do that. We might have to take another loan to hook up Syracuse. But we can try it. We can take another loan. Let's see if it can give us another loan. There's another big loan. I'll take it. Another loan so we can hook up Syracuse. Get Syracuse some grain and some people. First thing I want to do is get Syracuse some track here. Get it moving in the right direction. Get the gridirons placed down. Get a supply shop out here. Build a maintenance center. I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to build a maintenance center at every one of our big cities so everything's running smoothly. And then we'll put a train that takes stuff. Syracuse. Then we'll take a passenger train that goes from Syracuse to Albany to Boston. That one could go to New York City as well, but we don't really want it to. We want people coming to Boston. That's the city we want to grow. Boston would be the bigger city than New York. That's our main headquarters, Boston. This is the B&A Railroad. Look at that. Boston's up to 24,000 people. Creeping in on our goal here. Making more money as more trains keep going. There's a train bringing some wheat back. How much does that one train get us? I'm curious. Let's see, what does this train bring us in here? This train's bringing back wheat. Oh, something happened. Just saying something there about the Indians. You can't build trains on the Indian lands, which I didn't see any, but I know they're out there. Go looking for. Let's see if we can find some Indian lands here out here. First, I want to see how much this one train gets us. So one train of 16 grand. I know there's Indians around here somewhere. But where are they? Here's one. There's an Indian village right here. Check them out. So if you can't build trains through their reservation here, or else you have to pay a big fine. So we don't want to mess with them. They're living peacefully out here. No trains out here in the mountains yet. So industry finds them as well. Industry will find everybody eventually. even on Railroad Simulator. As Boston has almost reached its goal. And I hope everyone is enjoying this new series as much as I am. We're getting close to meeting our first set of goals here for this Chapter 1. As you see there, that's going to be about 20% of our goals. We'll get a new set of goals here in Chapter 1 for the next video. But it looks like we're going to meet what I had planned to do here before work. I wanted to beat that first set of goals. I was up and watching someone play this game. It reminded me that I have this game as well. And I thought, we'll take a break from college football. We'll wait. And everyone was up anyway, so I'll just come down here and
I get working. A small hardware store that I inherited from my father. By
we meet
now,
our goals here.
It has grown into a stately
so there you go. We meet all of our original goals.
Railway, it can become really big. We have already done a lot for the people in
and
this
that's going to
region.
be a good place
Shorter
to stop this
times,
first video.
Increased transport of goods.
We
and at the same
took us
time,
about an hour and a half
our registers
to
are
meet our original
As a next
set of
step,
goals.
We should consolidate our success. Take a look
And
at
he's
your
going to
list.
give us some more
I've added
tasks
some
here.
more tasks.
So our new tasks, let's see, we'll pause this. That's where we're going to stop for today. But we'll take a look at our new goals for next time. Our goals for next video will be to transport 4,800 passengers. That's a lot of passengers by the end of next year. And we need to get Albany up now to 30,000 citizens. So, good thing we have Albany hooked up to New York City. We'll start getting some people headed to Albany way. Try to grow up Albany. And see if we can knock out those two goals. So, a good start to this railroad career. As you take one last look at our progress for today, we hooked up Bangor, Maine, Portland, Maine, Boston, Massachusetts, New York City, Albany, and Syracuse. And we have a nice network here. Albany's growing, and we've got people riding our trains, and everything is running smoothly so far. We're back up over $1 million of profit, or bankroll, I should say. It's not profit because we did start with $2.5 million, so we're still behind our original investment, but we've really built a lot of stuff here. We built a lot of things to keep our trains running nicely, and yeah, so that's going to do it for this initial episode of Hill Railroad's Railroad Empire 2. So, thank you all for watching. I'll make a new playlist on YouTube for this. And we'll play this when it's the middle of the night and we can't sleep and we don't want to play college football or wake anybody up. This is just a nice, relaxing game, strategy game here. So, thank you all for tuning in to this one. And we'll see you back on the rails as we beat our first 4 missions here tonight, this morning. And I'm looking forward to playing through this story mode, even though I beat this first part one time. I don't remember what happens. And I know part 2, which I never played before, but I know part 2 you go to some European maps. We go to England and different places in Europe, and we get a whole bunch of new tasks and new crops and all kind of stuff. And who knows what awaits us in the chapters after that, 3, 4, and 5. And then even when we start our Pittsburgh dynasty, where we try to connect Pittsburgh all the way to Los Angeles. As you can see, it's a lot of work just to connect Boston to New York City. So think how much railroad it'll take to connect Boston or Pittsburgh all the way to Los Angeles. So those are all things to look forward to in the future on our railroad dynasty. So until next time, we'll see you later.